Hello, boys and girls. Remember, today is week 8, day 1, but technically following along on our 3 weeks of instruction, we are on week 2, day 1 in our yellow packet, okay? So day 1 of our yellow packet. Remember, we switched, we got rid of the blue packet. We just wanted to make sure that Monday was lined up with day 1, Tuesday 2, Wednesday 3, Thursday 4, Friday 5. It's just a little more organized. Less confusion. Please, you can go ahead, save those packet or last pages from the blue packet for maybe summertime work. If you guys want to get some extra practice in, that'd be great. I know your second grade teachers would definitely appreciate it, and they would be able to tell that you guys are coming in just a little bit more prepared. Okay, so that being said, let's get into our instruction for literacy today. We have nouns, sight word, and reading comprehension. Now, for our nouns today, remember, nouns are either people, places, things, or an animal. Okay, so all these things are nouns. They are people, places, things, or animals. Ooh, actually, boys and girls, you know why it's so important to read directions? Is it says highlight the 10 nouns from the word bank. Find the nouns in the word search below. Okay, so there are more than 10 words down here. Okay, so there are more than 10 words down here, which means that we will actually have to look and figure out which one's a noun and which one isn't. Okay, so people, place, thing. Is a star a person, place, or a thing? Very good. A star is a thing. Sister, person, place, or thing? Very good. It's a person. Eat. Is that a person, place, or a thing? No. Boys and girls, eat is actually a verb. So you could go ahead and cross out eat, and you know you don't have to do eat. Now, movies. Is movies a person, place, or a thing? Movies are a thing. Good job. Woman. It is a person. Tall. Is tall a person, place, or a thing? No, it is not. Boys and girls, tall is an adjective. It is a describing word. It can describe a noun, but is tall a noun? No. All right, so going on to girl. Girl is a person. Lamp. Is this a person, place, or a thing? Correct. A lamp is a thing. Now, long. Is long a person, place, or a thing? Very good. It is nothing. It's an adjective, so we actually do not have a noun. Okay? Long is not a noun. Jog. Is jog a noun? No, it is not. It's an action word, so that is a verb. So you could go ahead, cross off jog. Brush is a person, place, or a thing. Now, brush, we can consider that a noun because hairbrush is a thing, right? Now, brush could also be a verb. Like you could say a girl brush, or you have to brush your hair. Okay? Now, Mr. DeWitt can't brush his hair, right? He doesn't have any hair. So, brush, it is a verb, but it is also a noun because you have things like a toothbrush or you have like a hairbrush. Short. What about short? Is this a person, place, or a thing? Very good. It is nothing. It is not even a noun. It is an adjective. It describes a noun. Okay, so we should be left over now with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, what we need to do is we find these 10 nouns that we have left over in our word search, okay? So go ahead, highlight all these nouns. Feel free to do that just so that when you cross them off after you find them, you don't think you have to keep finding other ones, okay? So you find them. Remember, you can go down, across, or you could go even diagonal. So you can go down, across, or diagonal to find these 10 words in the word search. Now at the very bottom it says use 3 nouns from above to write 3 separate sentences. So I want you to pick 3 nouns, and I want you to write 3 sentences about them. You could say, my sister likes to play with my toys. You could say something like that. That could be an example. Or you could say, I can't wait to see my cousin. I want to go to the zoo. You could say something like that. But remember, when you write your sentence, you need to make sure, 1, is there a capital at the beginning? 2, do my words make sense when I read them back? And 3, do I have punctuation at the end? Now, boys and girls, you could be asking a question with a noun, couldn't you? So you could use a noun and you could still ask a question. You could say, where did my sister go? You could certainly do that. And how would you end that? Good. You would end it with a question mark. So, capital, my words make sense, and I use punctuation, either a period, exclamation point, or a question mark. Now, going on to our sight word practice. Today, our sight word is every. Alright, so every. I think you guys know how to do these pages by now. You're going to go ahead, circle every. So read through these words, circle every one. That is every. Trace it. You're going to color it. So 1 is green, 2 is black, 3 is blue, 4 is red, 5 is pink. Match it up, number to color. Go ahead, highlight every. So anytime you see every over here, go ahead and highlight it. Then you're going to use it in a sentence. We picked every berry. I think every cat is cute. Now, going down here, we box it up. Now we have our small letters, and then we have Y, which actually drops down. So that is a drop letter. It goes below the line, okay? And then you build it up. So then we will cut out our letters, and we will paste it in the box. Last page for literacy today is our comprehension check. Now, boys and girls, remember this is kind of taking place of our reading fluency passage. Okay, so I would also like you guys to read it 3 times after I read it to you. So we will read through this passage, and then we will answer questions to make sure we comprehend what we read. And comprehend means we understand what we read. We're able to pick out and learn things from what we read. Okay, so to start, I will read it. It says, the pond is home to many different types of animals, insects, and plants. A pond is a small area of still, fresh water. A pond is different than a stream because there is no moving water at a pond. The water at a pond is also very shallow. At the pond, you will find animals that live above the water and below the water. Ducks, birds, snapping turtles, frogs, beavers, and beavers are just some of the animals that live above water. Tadpoles, water beetles, crayfish, and fish live below water at the pond. Okay, so pause the video, read that 3 times on your own. Thank you very much for pausing it, boys and girls. Now we will go through the questions together, okay? So, now remember, on this one, we don't have anything that tells us to highlight it in red, but that is something you might want to do. If you are doing these questions, in order to find it in our passage, you might want to go back and highlight it, okay? So that's annotating our text. That's highlighting our text to find information. So it says, what is a pond? Well, let's go back to our passage, think back to our reading. What do we remember? What is a pond? Okay, and then you would say, a pond is blank. So then you would tell us what a pond is. Alright, so you start your sentences with a capital. Do my words make sense? And do I have punctuation at the end? So a pond is, how is a pond different than a stream? Now, the way you'd answer this question, remember, we go back, we find it in our passage, or maybe you just already remembered it because you were able to comprehend it from reading it those 3 times. It says, how is a pond different than a stream? You could say, a pond is different from a stream because and you can explain it. Okay, I'm not going to write it down. You can get creative, but that should be a sentence prompt that could help you out. Okay, and then number 3, name 2 animals that live above water. Now, boys and girls, for this one, it's okay. If you just want to give me 2 animals, you don't need to write a full sentence for number 3. And number 4, it says name 2 animals that live below water. You can go ahead, just give me 2 animals that live below water. You don't actually have to write a full sentence out for those 2. And then it says name another animal that might live at the pond. You can give me another just one-word answer. Okay, so for number 2, I'd like you guys to try to complete a sentence. So use a capital, make sure your words make sense, use punctuation at the end, and then 3, 4, and 5, you guys can just kind of give one-word answers, or I guess 2-word answers, and then a one-word answer for this one. Okay, so that's it. Remember, highlighting your text, annotating your text might help you figure out the answers a little bit easier. Just gives you a point to go back to and say, oh yeah, that's right, that's what a pond is, or oh yeah, that's right, that's how it's different from a stream. Okay, so that being said, that's all we have today. Can't wait to see you guys again for day number 2. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.